welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through my latest batch of MT products. I have my trusty MT's bin with me and I'm going to be telling you about all the products I've finished lately, what I thought of them, whether I loved them or maybe didn't get along quite as well as I hoped with them, and whether I would repurchase them or leave them be for a while. If you have seen my latest MT's video, you will know that I have decided to limit myself to only 10 products in each MT's video. I feel that way they're just not going to accumulate as much, and I'm going to be able to do these videos a bit more regularly for you rather than leaving them too long and panicking because the bin is full and that would result in like an hour-long video. And let's face it, no one really wants that. I will say though, we are already at over 10 products in the MT's bin once again. I'm pretty sure I got to 10 while it was still August, but I didn't want to do 2 MT's videos in the same month, but we're still only going to look at 10 today. So let's get into it. Right, I'm going in blind again. I'm literally shaking things around. I wonder if this would be a good ASMR video. The first product is the Ordinary's Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5. This is a product that I have spoken about on my channel before. I think I might have even had it in a previous MT's video. I have gone through so many bottles of it, and this is the 60ml version, which works out slightly cheaper than getting the 30ml options. I have spoken quite highly of this product before. I like the way that it makes my skin feel plump, especially using it as part of my skin prep before makeup. It's got a little bit of a sticky feel to it, but it didn't really bother me because it was making everything feel really, really nice. I kind of left this one for a few months, and then I've decided that I want to finish off a bunch of skincare that I have before buying anything else, so I picked this one up again. I did find that over that sort of week, 2 week maybe time frame where I was finishing it up, I did have a breakout. It's hard to say 100% whether it was this or not, but it felt like a bit of a coincidence. So I don't think I'll be repurchasing it straight away. I think I'll leave it a while, finish off other products that I have first anyway, and then I might give it a go at some point and see how my skin does with it. Next up, we have another product that I've definitely spoken about several times on my channel. This is the Revolution Skincare Hydration Boost. I have not bought from Revolution Skincare in a while, and I'm not really that fussed about them. I feel like it is very much fast fashion skincare. They release tons of new products all the time, and my problem with it is that there's not much innovation. I don't feel like they ever create anything new. I feel like they just pick up ingredients from other brands and just dish them out. Don't get me started on those new eye creams that come with doe foot applicators, which are supposedly hygienic. I have questions. I want to know who decided that was a good idea, but I think that looks like one of the most unhygienic things I've ever seen. But despite all of those thoughts, there is one product that I have repurchased several times. This is either my third or my fourth at this point. This is a really, really nice and really lightweight moisturizer. When you put it on, it literally turns into water. It absorbs into your skin really fast, and it's really, really, really refreshing in summer. Absolutely love it. It's also fragrance free, so if you have sensitive skin, it's a great option. And the ingredient list isn't on here, but I think it's on the box. I think it comes in a box, and it's quite a short ingredient list, so if you are someone with sensitive skin, that's really handy because you can check it really easily to see if there's anything that does cause you sensitivity. I believe it is £8 for 50 millilitres. I will repurchase this again at some point. However, it's not going to be in the next few months because this is not enough for me in winter. I do get really dehydrated. This doesn't provide me with enough, but in summer, when I just want a really, really lightweight moisturizer, I really, really enjoy this option. So again, not something I'm going to repurchase immediately, but something I will repurchase probably next summer, I would say. Next up, we have the Pixi Hydrating Milky Makeup Remover. I actually did a whole video reviewing this range from Pixi. However, if you haven't watched it, I don't blame you. I tested the skincare for a month, and it just ended up being the longest video I've ever made. It didn't really turn out the way that I intended it to. One of the reasons that this video was so long was because of this product. I'm pretty sure it took up roughly a quarter to a third of the video, and that's because it just took me so damn long to remove my makeup with it every single time. I said in my video at the time that I didn't feel like this was necessarily a bad makeup remover. I'm sure that someone who wears a lot less makeup than me would be fine with it, but I wear a lot of eyeshadow, I wear a very thick mascara, and I wear heavy coverage foundations. It just took me absolutely ages to get all of that off with this, and I would go through 5, 6, you know, cotton pads. It was a very, very wasteful routine. I prefer using a cleansing balm. It just works better for me, so this just isn't something that works and not something that I would repurchase because it was a lot of effort. Now, what I didn't realize at the time when I was filming is just how expensive this makeup remover is. Pixi is considered to be a drugstore brand. It is sold alongside other drugstore products, but this retails for £24, and I think that is far too much money. For that price, you get 150 milliliters, while one very popular high-end makeup remover that I always hear a lot about, the Lancôme Bifacile, that one is £23.50 for 125 milliliters. So slightly less product, but a very similar price point. I don't use these makeup removers on a daily basis. I would not spend that much money. I think it's far too much. So this is not a product that I would repurchase, and as much as I said that it wasn't a bad makeup remover, I really do not think it is worth the price tag. I think you can find far better options out there. Speaking of liquid makeup removers, I have with me the Garnier 2-in-1, which seems to have lost its front label. I have no idea where it's gone, but this is one that I really, really like. I finished it, I've had several bottles of it, and I will be repurchasing this one again. I do think having one like this on hand is really handy for cleaning up mistakes, cleaning up fallout, but because it's not something that I'm going to use every day, I don't want to spend too much money on it. And this retails for £3.49 for 125 milliliters, so it is a very, very affordable option. This one was actually recommended to me when I was doing my makeup course in London last year. My teacher was actually using it, and I really like it. I think it's nice. It is a biphase makeup remover, just like the Pixi one is, but unlike a lot of them, I really don't find that it leaves an oily residue. I do find that a lot of them do, even when they claim not to. This one does it the least out of the ones that I've tried. It does also say that it is suitable for sensitive eyes, and I believe I can't see fragrance listed as an ingredient, so that's again something quite nice, especially when you're getting a product on your eyes. I will continue to repurchase this one. In fact, I really, really need to order some because I've almost run out of my cellar water as well, and this is just something that's handy to have, and because I don't use it that often, I don't want to spend that much money on it, so this to me is a fantastic option. Next up, we have the Alia Skin Pink Perfect Australian Pink Clay Mask. So this, just like the Pixi product, is one that was sent to me in PR, and I did do a full review on it, testing it for 1 month. If you haven't seen that one, it's not as long as the Pixi review, so I will put that up in the cards if you do want to check it out. I did enjoy this product. I did find that whenever I used it, it would help heal up my skin, but if you have seen my review, you will know that I was getting better and then everything kind of went terrible again, and that is because I got my period. This, for me, just didn't work when I was on my period. It didn't really help prevent anything. It also wasn't really clearing it up, so I felt like I kind of wasted the product at that time of the month. However, for the rest of the month, once my period was over, once my hormones had calmed down, I found that this one did quite a few things. It did help to clean out my pores, preventing any future breakouts, and it did also help to soothe and reduce the appearance of the current breakout, and overall help improve my skin and help it heal up. So I was happy with this in the end. It was a product that I enjoyed using. The only problem with this one is the price tag, which is £30. However, I do see it going on sale regularly at Beauty Bay for £24, which I think is slightly more acceptable for a lot of us. I'm not going to repurchase it immediately because I do have other clay masks that I need to get through, and £24 on a face mask isn't quite in my budget right now, but again, this is one that I would quite like to come back to in the future. So yeah, it's a treat. It's a little bit bougie, but I did find that it had some nice results and did actually extract all the dirt from my pores when I wasn't hormonal. Next up, I have a tube of the Dove Derma Spa Summer Revived. Again, this is a product that I have already touched on my channel. This is now my second tube, and I have made a start on a third one. I really, really like this. It's a nice, affordable option. I think I got 2 bottles for the price of 1 or something. They're always on offer, some sort of offer on Superdrug. I found that the application process with this was really nice. It absorbs pretty quickly into the skin, so I wasn't kind of sitting there for hours waiting for it to dry. I kind of stood there awkwardly like trying not to ruin anything, so that was really, really nice. And I didn't find that I had too many issues with streakiness either. One area that I do get streakiness that I found is on the front of my arm, just here. No matter how evenly I would apply it, I would get like a brown patch here. So I got like an exfoliating mitt from Bondi Sands, and it has one side that you can use to remove mistakes. So I would just give it a little bit of a scrub. It would be gone, fixed really easily. Any mistakes I could literally fix like that if they did happen. And I also found that it faded really nicely. It doesn't go patchy when it fades like other brands can. It just fades pretty naturally. So overall I was really, really happy with it. The only thing for me is probably that it is quite light. I feel like using this just kind of gets me to look like most people look like the rest of the year, rather than actually making me look like I'd gone on holiday and gotten a bit of a tan, let's say. I have had a recommendation to use the dark one because this is the fair to medium one. So I will try the darker one at some point. I am just a little bit scared that I might have more issues with patchiness, but that won't be until next summer at this point because I'm not super fussed about having a tan over winter. But yeah, really, really like this. I'm going through another tube now, and it is definitely something that I will repurchase in the future because otherwise I'm a ghost, basically. So yeah, this was one of my favorite discoveries of the summer. This one was a fun one. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge face spray. This is the kind of product that is a treat. This is the kind of product that I don't feel is necessary at all, but it just feels nice. I do have the full size as well, and I like to spray it on when it's a bit hot, when my skin's feeling a little bit dehydrated. It's nice, it's hydrating. Is it a necessary step in my routine? Absolutely not, but sometimes sprays just make you feel a little bit nice, a little bit bougie. And I've been watching a lot of Cassandra Bankson lately, and she does say that skincare is self-care. That's how using this product makes me feel. So I think I will be carrying on investing in face sprays over time. And if I can get some more minis of this, I don't think they're normally sold individually, but if they do sell them individually, I might pick them up again because they're a great travel size. You can just leave it in your handbag, and if you get a little bit hot, just around the face, and it just feels nice. Next up, I have the Hydrating Milky Lotion from Pixi. So again, this is an item that I reviewed when I looked at the whole collection. This is a face and body lotion, and at the beginning I really thought I was going to hate this, and when I first tried it on, it felt really heavy on my skin because I am oily. And then by the end, I actually quite liked this. I didn't feel it was that bad. It had a nice fragrance to it, which I'm not sure I want in my moisturizer, but it felt nice. I did like it. Would I buy it again? Probably not. It wouldn't be my first choice of moisturizer, and that's what I said in my review at the time. I feel like I have face moisturizers that I would go for before I go for this, but when I run out of my body lotions, I could see myself going for this one because it did feel really nice. All right, I'm pretty sure we had some makeup in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have one makeup item to talk about today, and this is the Clinique Anti-Blemish Solutions Liquid Makeup. This has got to be one of my all-time favorite foundations, and I realize that I'm saying that when I've never shown it to you guys on my channel, but when I worked on a Clinique counter, I wore this every single day. As someone with oily skin who does get acne and wants to cover it up, this was fantastic because it is a foundation that's been around for a few years. I mean, I remember looking at it when I was in school, so it's been around for a while. I didn't think that it would be all that exciting, but I ended up loving this. The first thing about this foundation is that it is very full coverage. Most days I didn't need to spot conceal unless I was having a really bad day. The foundation did all the work, but I found that it wasn't cakey at all. It has a very thin consistency, so you can pop on one layer, maybe a second if you need a little bit more coverage. It also has a matte finish, and my biggest problem working on a makeup counter is that I was getting super oily, and I wanted a foundation that would last all day. And I would pair this foundation with, let me find the primer, with the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil and Shine Control. Now these two together are a very intense cocktail. In winter, I did find that if I wore it, 3 days in a row, my skin might start feeling a little bit tight. That's where this guy came into play. But my God, my skin would stay matte all day long. I wouldn't have to touch up. The only exception again was when I was on my period, because I get incredibly oily and I haven't found anything that works. But these two together were the best combo, and it's a nice matte finish. It's like a very velvety, soft, powdery finish, and I just loved it. And I have another bottle that I haven't opened just yet. And the only downside to the foundation is that as it is an older foundation, the shade range is pretty limited. I use the lightest shade, which is Alabaster, and it's too dark for me. If you are paler than me, unfortunately this is the lightest shade in the foundation, so it wouldn't be one for you, which is such a shame because it's literally my favorite foundation ever. We are on to our final product, and this is one that I have had a lot of thoughts about. This is the vitamin C from the Inkey List. Now, I haven't tried very much from the Inkey List, but I wanted to give this one a go, see what it was like, and it was a whole adventure. I've previously only ever used vitamin C's in a very liquidy serum form, but this was a much more silicone-y texture. I think it's probably what the Ordinary's original vitamin C that's also in the tube is like, although I've not tried that one. Initially, I tried to just use it by itself, and I found that it was a very thick texture. It absorbed almost too quickly. I didn't have time to spread it around when I applied it over spots, which I know you're not meant to, but if I always waited for my skin to be clear to apply these products, I would never apply products. It would hurt on my spots. It would literally sting so much, and it would take ages to go away. So I quickly decided that using this by itself wasn't the way to go. I thought I would try mixing it in with my moisturizer. So at the time I was finishing off another tub of Super Defense, which was mentioned in my last Empties video. Those two products did not combine well together. I had huge issues with pilling under my makeup. When I was then finishing up my hydration boost, I tried mixing those two together and they were fine. They seemed to mix in pretty well. Now, it does say on here that if a slight tingling sensation occurs, mix with 1 to 2 drops of hyaluronic acid serum. By then I had finished my hyaluronic acid serum, so I found that the best way of using this was actually to just dampen my face with water before doing my skincare and then apply this straight over the top, and that way I was actually able to spread it around my face and I would get less of the stinging, and I could just use my moisturizer over the top and I didn't get any issues of pilling. So overall it was a lot of effort to use this product, and I really don't feel like the results were worth it. I don't feel like I saw anything from this product. Now, I know from watching videos that when you do add vitamin C to your skincare routine, the effects do take a few weeks to be seen. I did get pretty frustrated with this at time, and I would put it down and use something else instead and then pick this up a week later. So maybe I wasn't using it consistently enough to have results, but for the effort and the lack of results that I saw, I just didn't think this was worth it. This for me is a big fat no. Alright guys, that is it. We have made it to 10. So they are my empties for the month of September, and I still have about 5 left in the bin, so hopefully I don't accumulate too many by October. But I feel like I'm doing pretty well because I'm trying to work through a lot of skincare that I've accumulated over the last few months, and a lot of it was in here, to be fair. So I'm just looking forward to being all out of my skincare, because then it means that I get to buy more. And really that's what I'm looking for right now. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then do as always, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and what you thought of them, how you got along with them. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye guys.